name is Stas. Currently, I'm based in Turkey. I started as you know, as an intern, and hope to bring value to your projects and work with you.
Yeah, so Stas is starting as a smart contract intern, and will be there for 6 months with us. Welcome, Stas.
Welcome, Stas.
Welcome.
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 Thank you.
Добро пожаловать, Стасик.
So let's continue with Green.
Hey, I'm right now doing the slides for the .com Berlin talk that I will be giving on curation. I think that I distributed the rewards for yours and the tag registry. There were 101 addresses submitted in August, which is nice. That's pretty much it.
Thank you, Green. Let's go with Alej.
Yeah, so I have been mostly working on the lingual landing page, which is almost finished. And today I had a meeting with JB to plan for a demo for Kleros B2 interface in 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you, Alej. Let's go with Andre.
So I continue with the interface, fixing some stuff, especially regarding the like connecting to multiple chains at once. So right now, when I do a call, like a read call to the blockchain, I only use the network, and I use the wallet only for send transactions. So I had to refactor the application a bit. Besides that, I fixed some stuff. I wrote some missing comments on the contracts. I started implementing what's left of the design for the interface. I reviewed the juror rewards, and I also started looking to implementing no-see safe connection, but I was having some troubles and was looking into fixing that. That's it for me.
Gnosis Safe connection, can't you do that with Wallet Connect?
Oh, you can use Wallet Connect? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then in that case, I could implement that, because I was seeing that the library I use for connecting has both Gnosis Safe and Wallet Connect, but it allows Wallet Connect, then I can.
Yeah, I don't know what Gnosis Safe by itself will do. Maybe it's to make it a safe app or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Also, I think now Gnosis Safe, they have issues that they cannot receive properly. So I don't even know if it works with Gnosis Safe.
Can you repeat that?
They have issues and cannot receive like the keyword receive, that their receive function is not done properly, and that they are taking too much gas.
Oh.
Do we have a send or do we have transfer with Pro Humanity when we give back fees?
We have send.
Okay, so they may not get back their feedback.
Okay. So is there, what's the way to solve that? Is it?
So okay, like you can always solve it in the transaction, but that's a pretty weird trick where you have to make the memory already being used before in the same call. I can show you. I will put you a link here. Let me show you that. And that seems to be very, very weird, you know. Because normally, like multi-safe, they are super serious in terms of security, and here having a non-empty receive function is like crazy, you know. I gave you the article.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to use the access list feature.
Okay. Wait.
That should be very complicated just to receive something. Otherwise, the deposit may be lost.
Okay. So should I look into implementing this?
Maybe you may want to look also a bit at that. What we could do would be that instead of using send, what we could do send, and then if the send fails, convert it to warpth and send it. Well, we can't do on the contract which are already deployed, but on our other deployments.
But if I use call instead of send, could that?
No, if you use stuff like that, that opens the door to reentrancy and weird stuff, so I would not advise it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wait. So if I use send, can you repeat before that what you said?
You do a send. If the send fails, you convert to warpth and send in warpth.
Okay.
I think that may be the way we should handle that in our other application. But because by doing that, we manage to handle people who have like fucked up receiving function without creating any reentrancy problem.
Yeah, I could add that, I guess. Should I do it?
Yeah. Do you even want to have a library for that? Because this one may be already used a lot. So we could have like something like safe send, something like that. We could make a safe send library which try to send first, and if it doesn't work,
yeah, probably. Yeah.
The warping contract.
Yeah. Safe, like, is there like a Kleros contract which implementing the mechanism like this?
We haven't implemented that before, so that's why I wanted to discuss it now. What would the other thing of the way to deal with it? Because it feels that there is more and more even like serious projects having failed receive functions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, in that case, I could implement that. But yeah, I was thinking with call. I mean, I don't know if there are many like reentrancy issues that could come up in the current implementation.
Yeah, maybe now it will work, but you know, like that just make all the contracts and reviewing it more complicated. Now you have to think, okay, what happened if now like it's called something else? That just make everything so much more complicated.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, in that case, I'll look at the safe transfer solution.
Maybe we can put it as a library, I think, because it's something like you know, like we have like CapMat, we can also have a library like that.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, I removed the CapMat from the contract.
Why?
I mean, it was like it didn't seem useful for Solidity version 0.8.
Because in the 0.8 is gonna reverse instead, so maybe reversing can be an issue. You should look at it because you may have cases where you definitely need CapMass.
Yeah, and from what I looked, there aren't really cases.
Because if you don't have CapMass and if like the thing where with the with mass, you have basically three choices. Like now you have the native mass, which is basically revert mass. If something overflow, it reverts. Then you have a warp around. It used to be the default before, but you can still do that by doing unchecked. And then you have cap mass. So every time we have to wonder what would be the best thing which will happen in case you overflow. So if the thing is preventing the flow of execution, then you don't need to do anything. That's what Solidity is doing natively now. But then if the best thing may be to put like a very high value or zero if it's like underflowing. In this case, Kamat is better. And I think in Pro of Humanity, you may have cases where if the parameter are changed in a bad way and you use the native mass, you will end up with blocking the flow of execution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like from what I've seen, but yeah, I guess I can give you like a more careful check, like which specific condition could happen, but yeah, I don't know. I look again and tell you.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's good, but just thinking that new version of Solidity, it just don't solve, like you cannot solve overflow. You never solve overflow. You can decide what's gonna happen when it happens, but you never solve them. So either you cap or you warp around or you revert, and depending of the application, one may be better than the others, but you have no one size fits all to solve the overflow issues.
Yeah, like I couldn't really understand like in which case it would let's say get a value below 0 or above 2 to the power
Oh, come on.
256. So yeah, we'll talk later.
Like for example, if you are computing a price, cap math can be good because it says like it's something which is very high and unpayable. Or if you are computing your reward, well, it means your reward is negative, so basically you don't get any reward. This can be good, yeah.
Okay, negative reward, yeah.
Like you don't want to pay someone a negative reward. Well, warp around would be very bad because now you are. Well, actually, you will try to pay something which is very high. So if you are not creating token, it's probably gonna fail. But if you are creating token, you will be just creating a very high amount of token, which is not good. So it's really something to see on a case by case basis.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have another look and see if what's the state of it.
Okay. Thank you, Andre. Let's continue with George.
Hi guys. So last week I predominantly helped out Arjen with the relaunch of Linguo. The bots are running and tweeting about that. Few flows left to finish, but yeah, it's looking good. For Gnosis, the merge has been delayed, at least until after ETH. Spoke with the dev and he said that they'll give us at least a 10-day head start from when they start releasing client versions before the mainnet merges. For our own timings for when to switch. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Thank you. Let's go with Daniel.
Yes, so I've been working on the RNG for V1. It's now finished and waiting for reviews. So I'm basically waiting for the signal to deploy the contract. Yeah, so once the reviews are done. And in the meantime, I'm switching back to the V2. I want to review the PR that JB made for RNG for V2. And also there are some minor bugs I want to fix for cross-chain proxy for Polygon.
So many videos.
So yeah, but main focus is RNG. Like, I don't know. I think we should deploy already at this point.
Yeah, like, did you get review from everyone?
Shotaro made a review. he didn't find anything. Yeah, some just minor improvements like with the comparisons. Yeah, so I didn't make any changes after your review. There was
Yeah,
nothing.
so can everyone who can do some smart contract, can you do the review like now, like just after the call? Because you really need to get that.
Yeah, should I
yeah.
merge it? I didn't merge it yet.
You can merge it and ask everyone to do review. You know, like Green, Alej, Andre,
Yeah,
Daniel, JB. Like, ask everyone who can read smart contract to review that.
Okay.
I'll paste
Yeah.
it in the channel. Yeah, after the call.
Okay, thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
But by the way, we need to deploy it on both Gnosis chain and mainnet.
Well, Gnosis Chain is not merging right now, but we can also use the. Oh, what are we using for Gnosis Chain as an RNG? Are we using anything different? Can anyone know what we are using for Gnosis Chain as an RNG?
I don't remember. I think it's something different, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we also want to look at that when they merge.
It can't be a block hash though. Doesn't Aura have some kind of RNG?
Well, we can look at that a bit later because anyway, the merge is not happening there yet, but we may use the same once the merge happens. Oh, and the Gnosis chain, you know, like it's controlled by a multi-sig, so we can change that very fast. The mainnet one is controlled by governance.
Yeah, and also I want to mention that for cross-chain proxy on Polygon, there is an issue with dispute resolver because it does not support Mumbai testnet and Polygon. So I asked Philip for help like about 10 days ago, and he didn't promise a fast result, and he didn't answer since then. So I'm thinking maybe like we can assign one of our devs to look into this, to not waste more time, because I'm not sure it's complicated. I don't think it
So
should.
what's happening with Polygon?
So I'm testing the flow for cross-chain proxy on testnet Mumbai Goerli, and when I'm testing it, I want to test appeals as well. And for appeals, we use dispute resolver. And dispute resolver currently, if I enter the dispute page, it just empty. It says like there is an error, and it doesn't do anything.
But are you entering it from while you are on Mumbai testnet?
Yeah, I'm entering from the correct
No, the
chain.
dispute resolver it's gonna always be on mainnet.
Yeah, but it doesn't support Polygon, I think. So
No, because okay, when we are using that, that's gonna create dispute on mainnet.
yes, but it should fetch the data from the Polygon as well because it's really short.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it does not.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work for Mumbai, and I'm thinking it doesn't work for Polygon, and we need to kind of add support. So Firit is busy, I think, and maybe someone from our dev.
Yeah, you can ask him again because Narferit is working part time for us. We're back. You know, he was working full time now after he was on his project, and now he's like 20% Kleros, 80% his project.
Just to check if he's willing to help on this. Like
Yeah. You should be willing to help. Yeah, because it's working 20%.
And if he says like he can't, then should we like
No,
raise
he has to can. Just ask him when you think that it will be fixed, or you can ask him to show you how to do it.
he said he made an assumption it's not that. That's
Okay.
the thing. Like he said that maybe in 1 month it will be solved.
Oh,
But
okay.
But I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, maybe ask him to like explain you what the issue and see if you can do it yourself. Okay. Thank you, Andre. We can go to Emmet.
Yeah, so I continued researching and testing some tooling and infrastructure stuff for the contributor program, Kleros, dwork, Guild XYZ, a few others. Gonna start being more serious about narrowing that down and selecting a few to really go forward with. Along with that, I also finished the first draft for the contributor program. I'm gonna be presenting that on the BD call on Wednesday. I also started working on like a simple CLI tool to scaffold some like templates that already have um templates that can for arbitrable smart contracts basically. So some for Foundry, some for Hard Hat, and yeah, I'm gonna start populating those templates soon. And lastly, I'm started working on my presentation for Proof of Humanity in Developer DAO. I'm maybe pretty occupied with that for the rest of the week, but I'll try to keep on top of my other tasks as well. But yeah, that's it from my end.
Okay, thank you, Emmett. Let's go with Guangyan.
Yeah, so last week I was playing with this new functionality in Project Galaxy that allows us to link basically GraphQL queries into Galaxy campaigns, and it's pretty interesting. We're able to actually run campaigns based on participation in curated registries and Proof of Humanity. And for this, I have a question for JP and Clement. For the staking in our current course, right? Do you guys have any objections to us running marketing campaigns to drive people to stake in one of the courts, like for example the curation court? And I'm asking this because we might need to ask them to migrate over to Arbitrum in a couple of months.
Yeah, I don't think it's an issue to ask people to stake. Like, I don't know what you call a staking campaign. It's just
So like basically
communication.
asking, like driving people to stake in a specific core, like hey, within this period there's an NFT, go stake in the curation core of XDAI. I'm just wondering if if we drive a few hundred people to stake over there, let's say in XDAI court, in 2 months we will need to spend a lot of gas or a lot of effort to migrate to Arbitrum. I'm not sure, so just wanted to
So
know.
people they go it's gonna stake in courts with lot of dispute or with lot of arbitration fees. So I don't think you can really drive people to stake. Like you can drive people to stake in general, but the court that they will choose will depend on the arbitration fees that the court is paying.
Can you say that one more time? I didn't catch
Like
that.
you can already drive people to stake in general, but you cannot make people stake in a particular court because if the court is not having dispute, they don't have much incentive to do that.
Yeah, but
So you should get the dispute first, and then people will stake more. At first, you can bootstrap it with a few people that you know, even team members. But only after we get a lot of dispute, people are more interested, and then they will stake by themselves.
Yeah, this is going to be part 2 of a 2-part campaign. So we want to first do a campaign for address tags and curation for DeFi safety. That's one of the partners that we have. And 1 or 2 weeks later, then we will ask people, then we will run a campaign for the staking in the courts. So hopefully the disputes will come first, and then we have people staking.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
All right, okay. So good to know there's no major objection. That's all from me.
You get with JB?
Hey, yes. All right. So on my side, okay. So last week, Thursday, I spent some time with Stas to onboard him. Spent some time discussing with Santi and a couple of team members to figure out the plan with the UBI governor. Then I reviewed the Beacon RNG V1 from Daniel a couple of times. Spent some time doing some planning for V2, and spent some time with Alex this morning, in particular to prioritize the remaining tasks for the front end for a demo at the end of this month. I iterated on the decentralized front-end TCR with Guangyan. And on Friday, we had a bot workshop with George. And I played a little bit with GitHub Actions to get a bot deployed to AWS. So that worked. That was a useless bot, but at least I got the pipeline working. So yeah, I'll keep playing with that. And I'm still halfway through the sortition modularity PR, but yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be part of the code that is deployed for the demo in 2 weeks. So I'm not doing it like as a top priority. I think it should be for the next iteration. Yeah, otherwise, for via.eth, actually, we thought that it would be about a week from now, but the right time to purchase it. But actually, Green was looking at it today, and we saw that maybe because of the price of ETH went down a bit, now the bracket that was in our budget is actually probably on Wednesday. So I posted a message in the finance request channel to get some funds to be ready and try to snipe the domain probably on Wednesday. Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, Jeremy. We have Marcos.
Okay.
So many parts.
I've been contacting some Argentinian projects to establish conversations. Today at night, we are going to have the first meeting with Fadis after 3 months.
I think you have some background noise. Yeah, we can't really hear you. Like, we have some background noise. Maybe if you can try to fix it, and we come back to you just after.
There, can you hear me or not?
We can hear you, but we have an extra background noise, so it's not very good.
Oh,
So,
that's weird. There's no noise here, but now it's better?
No, I think it's better. Yeah.
It's better or not? Sorry.
Yeah, you see that static now.
Shit. I don't know.
We will go to someone before you, and you will come after. Okay, so I will go to K1. Hi, K1. I think it's your first time to the call.
I don't know what's.
Yeah, I think that guy might be troll or something. He sent K1 in the chat. I don't know. He kept on joining and leaving a while ago. Not sure if he's legit.
Ioannis? Ioannis, right? Ioannis?
Yeah, I'm just listening in, Clement. I don't really have, I'm not much of a developer, so.
And Nat, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much for showing up.
Okay, so let's try again to Marcos, if you manage to fix your mic.
Now can you hear me better or not?
Yeah, we still have the background noise.
I think I can hear you well enough. There's some noise, but I can hear you like well enough.
Okay. I do it short. I've been contacting Argentinian projects to resolve conversations, search new projects in Web3, and then I'm looking for some Web2 Argentinian companies. At least the last thing I have been doing is training myself in Kleros products, Kleros integrations, and then Kleros Media, Discord, Telegram, and I did my profile in Proof of Humanity. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Marcos. And do we have some other topic for today? Oh, Pino, sorry, I forgot Pino. Pino, I forgot you, right?
Oh, yes. From my side, I continue working on the Kleros board design. So now I'm just trying to finish the calculator page. And after that, I'm also planning to start working on the dark mode this week yet. And yeah, that's progressing. Also helping Juan with some images for the Kleros portfolio treasury. So yeah, that just helping with some charts and how to configuring some things on the Google Sheets.
But yeah, that's pretty much just two tasks from my side.
Thank you, Pino. Do we have any other topic for today?
Yes, I wanted just to say that I pasted the link for the contract on Smart Contract TV channel, and also I just want to push the small change that GB requested. To
Yeah.
make it more
So if anyone, all the smart contract dev, if you can do that as a first priority today.
Sure.
Okay, so we want to have all the review by tomorrow. And yeah, so thanks everyone, and see you on Slack.
Sounds good.
Cheers.
See you everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.
It's just George and I. And it's just I. Somehow, Luxo hasn't been really part of our story since, them not paying for my work. But, why not see what's been happening?
Hey everybody, welcome to what's going to be another great Dev and Tell. If you didn't know, Dev and Tell is a 30-minute window for members of the DAO to showcase something they're passionate about or have been working on. This could be an awesome project you've been working on, demonstrating unit testing best practices, automation goodies, smart contracts, how to structure a project, etc. Basically, if you've got a passion for something, this is your opportunity to share it with the community. And today I'm happy to introduce to you Yamin, who is actually a member of the Luxo network, and he's going to give us an overview. Take it away, Yamin.
Thanks, Narb. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I'm gonna start by giving you a quick introduction about myself. So, my name is Yamin Mirai. I'm a smart contract engineer at Luxo. I have been into the blockchain space since almost 2019, and together with Jean Cavallera, we improved the ERC 725 standard, and we're building what we call Luxo standard proposals. And in this presentation, I'm gonna give you an explanation of few of the standards as well as a quick overview of Luxo. But before starting, I would like to mention the hackathon. So we announced a 6-week virtual hackathon. It's about building around the Luxo ecosystem, utilizing the standards that we created, as well as our developer tools and library. It's gonna start after 5 days, so from 20 July to 31 August. The total prize pool is $500,000 in Lux. It's gonna be distributed on 5 categories. So you can build around universal profiles, social and DAOs, multiverse and gaming, fashion, art, music, and entertainment. And there's a blue sky category where you can build whatever you want. But absolutely, you should build utilizing our standards and tool.
So if you want to know more information about the hackathon, you can go to luxo.network/hackathon, and you can join our Discord server where we have a developer resources. And if you don't have any teammates, you can send a message on this chat, and you can team with other Discord members. Okay, going back to who founded Luxo. So Luxo was founded by Fabian Fogelsteller and Marjorie Hernandez. Fabian was part of the Ethereum Foundation. He was the lead app developer there. He also authored the ERC20 token standard, the famous token standard that we're all familiar with. And
Oops. How come I can't hear you? Not surprised. I have nothing important to share, huh? Is that truth? But honestly, what's happening? Well, you're gonna hear me chewing. Теперь зависло все. Не, вообще Luxa doesn't pass any marks because my computer cannot handle the energy of not getting paid for my work.
Talking about much more creative ideas such as digital identity and digital fashion, social media, and digital lifestyle. So at the end,
there should be no digital lifestyle, my loves.
Built on Luxo can be built on Ethereum, and the opposite is right. But it's just about picking the right standards and tools. So the aim of Luxo is really to simplify and improve the blockchain user experience because currently it's so hard. You need to download MetaMask. It's hard for non-technical people. It's like you need to download MetaMask. You need to write these 12 words on a paper and hide this paper. You need to understand concepts like gas. You need to deal with failing transaction. And all of this will not make sense for non-technical user, and we need to abstract all of this. And we believe that blockchain should be as simple as a click of a button or like having an application that talk with the blockchain in the back end. So we really need to abstract all of these complex idea, and abstracting is not deleting, like we cannot remove the concept of gas or transactions. We need to abstract it from the user. So an example would be instead of having the users understand what's gas, we can have what we call relay services, where the user subscribe to this relay service for like $10 a month, and it can execute all of his transaction without him knowing what's gas or like what's gas limit or gas price. So how we're planning to abstract all of this complexity is through the Luxo standard proposals and the tools that we've been creating. So on the screen, you can see the first 10 LSPs and the browser extension, as well as developer tools like ERC725JS and LSP Factory. So I'm going to start with explaining a few standards, then going through the browser extension. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is the problem of externally owned account and identity. So on the blockchain, we have a private key that control our address. I took my address as an example. So I own two NFTs. It's the developer DAO NFT and the ENS domain name. And what happens if my private key is gone? All of this will be gone. And this is not the ideal security that we're aiming for. And this could be easily solved with smart contract based account. So with smart contract based account, we can have more security, and we can at the same time build our identity on chain. So one standard that formed the basis for the smart contract-based account is ERC 725. So using ERC 725, it can be owned by a normal externally owned account, or it could be owned by another custom contract that maybe needs two signature in order to execute. Really, you can have the owner as whatever contract you want and whatever security you can implement. And you can perform operations such as call, create to, static call, and delegate call. So it's more operation than the externally owned account provides. And it's formed from ERC 725Y, where you can attach unlimited information to the smart contract. So here we can see on the left a normal smart contracts where we have hard-coded variables such as my name and my age. And once this contract is deployed on the network, we can't really add more variables. We can change the content by having setter functions, but we can't add more. And in the ERC 725 contract, we have a mapping of bytes 32 data key mapped to bytes data value. So using this mapping, we can add a huge number of bytes 32 data key, and we can attach bytes data value to it. So it would be just two functions, set data that takes as an argument the data key and the data value. So the data key would be the variable name, like my name, and the data value is the content of this variable, which is YAML in this case. And once this function is executed, you will have these data stored inside the smart contract, and you can go on and store hundreds and millions of entries. And the get data function help you retrieve the information that you stored. So it takes as an argument the data key, and you can provide the my name, and it will return you the content of the data key. So this is ERC 725Y. We think that ERC 725Y will be mainly used in the future because it could be used by normal smart contracts. It could be used by token and NFT. So instead of having a token URI function, we can add unlimited information to the asset. Also, it could be used with profiles. So you can have a smart contract where it represents your profile, and you can attach whatever information you want. But this, using ERC 725Y alone, will introduce a problem that I'm gonna explain with an example. So let's say we have this data key, bytes 32 data key, which is the hash of the word my variable, and we have as data value these bunch of bytes. So the problem is that these bunch of bytes can be interpreted and decoded as string, and they will mean the word YAML. But if they are decoded as number, they will mean this huge decimal number. So now we have a problem of users and website to know how they should decode this data. So that's why we proposed another standard as part of the LSPs, and it's ERC 725Y JSON schema, where it's just a schema that you pass to interfaces and users, and it could tell you how to handle this data. So it's the same example. We see that the value type and the value content is string. So now we know we should go with the first one and not the second one. And using this standard, we can also write other stuff to the storage other than the singleton. So you could also write arrays and mapping with grouping, which is the nested mapping. So on the right, you can see how they are constructed as bytes 32 data keys. So having them as bytes 32 data keys may be a little bit hard for application to implement, because they need to construct custom keys, and they need to decode the data value depending on the value type and the value content. That's why the team has created ERC725JS, and it's very simple. You just pass the schema to the ERC725 instance, and you initiate it with the schema, the contract address that you want to retrieve information from, the provider, the network, and other custom configuration that you can specify. And it's as simple as
What a gift. Thank you for being part of it.